My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. We break down full UFC fight cards every single week, giving you our picks, predictions, our bets, and our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And if you want 50 free dollars, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 5 different betting partners who all offer their own promotions, their own matches, and their own giveaways. And then on top of that, after you sign up and after you make a deposit, we send you $50 however you want it. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, wewantpicks.com/bets. Next up at UFC 275.
Speaking of appearances,
we have Liang taking on Silvana Gomez Juarez. Silvana Gomez Juarez is 10-4 overall, 3-2 in her last 5. She's coming off 2 losses in a row, and she is looking for her first UFC win. Liang is 4-1 in her last 5, coming off a loss in her UFC debut. Silvana Gomez Juarez is 0-2 in the UFC. She's coming off 2 grappling losses. She's a striker, but she likes to use her reach and keep people on the outside of her strikes. She has genuine power in her hands, and she throws very heavy leg kicks as well. She's coming off a submission loss to Vanessa Demopoulos, but she was not taken down. Juarez absolutely blasted Demopoulos in the face. Demopoulos went down like a bag of dirt, and then Juarez followed her to the ground. And that was a fatal mistake because she ended up playing the jiu-jitsu game and then got submitted, but she possesses very, very real power in her hands, but has nothing to offer on the ground. Liang is only 25 years old, and she already has 24 fights. But if you look a little closer, you will see that it is a pretty padded record for the most part. Any of the real names were losses. Style-wise, she is a relentless wrestler with takedowns, and she has pretty much zero game plan outside of that. She's just working for takedowns, and then once she gets there, she's just trying to keep it there, right? It's not plodding from position to position, looking for submissions or anything like that. She is a threat to dominate with wrestling, but regardless of what her record says, because she does have a lot of finishes, she isn't necessarily a threat for a submission or a ground and pound TKO. And this is, listen, back to back. This is another hard fight to pick. The odds, Juarez here, minus 150 now. She was minus 160 just a few days ago. So there is some money coming in on Liang but I am surprised that Juarez is still a good-sized favorite because styles make fights. And we all know that Juarez cannot defend a takedown. Lupita Godinez took her down 5 times in 4 minutes. That fight didn't get out of the first round, and she was still taken down 5 times. Obviously, that says she's got a good get-up game, but she cannot defend these takedowns. I can only imagine what Liang's going to do with her aggressive takedowns. On the other hand, we did just watch Liang get 3 takedowns against Carnelozzi, but then lost a scramble and just got pounded out. So my gut is saying Juarez because watch that Vanessa Demopoulos fight. Damn, is she dangerous. And my gut is going there, but my brain is saying she cannot defend a takedown. Liang is just a takedown machine. I got to go with the takedowns. When there's that big of a hole, because let's not forget, when Liang fought Carnelozzi, she dropped her with a punch as well. So Liang has some power in her hands, has wrestling, where Silvana Gomez is just all striking, nothing to offer on the mat. I got to go with Liang but this card scares the hell out of me. This pick scares the hell out of me, but I just got to go with it. There's a lot of variables. I'm not betting on this fight, but got to go with the grappler over the striker. What do you think, White Teeth?
That is my girl, Liang. If you guys don't know, I know the lock of the week's kind of been a big thing. We've been tracking it, actually tracking it for the last 20 weeks or so like that. But it's been going on for over a year. And that fight versus Ariane Carnelozzi, she was my lock of the week. And she was almost coming off one of the worst the worst lock of the week of all time. And what's his name? I can't remember what his name is anymore. Liang was almost the greatest lock of the week of all time. The very first punch she threw, she dropped Ariane Carnelozzi, jumped all over, and then absolutely blew her load trying to get a finish. She ended up getting beat up at the end of the round. She was so tired at the end of the first round that Song Yudong, who was not even supposed to be in her corner was having visa issues, so Song Yudong was in her corner, literally had to run to the middle of the octagon and pick her up and carry her to her corner before the ref stopped the fight because the ref was standing over her like, you gotta get up. You can't just lay there. So that worries me a little bit. My pick is Liang in this fight, but I have a little bit of PTSD from last week because I picked another very good grappler, very good wrestler who got knocked out. Obviously, he got knocked out in a very fluke, weird way. And Tony Gravely is not this power puncher, but he obviously does possess power because that was a 1-inch punch that knocked out what's his name. Liang Na should win this fight, but we need to be careful. She actually might be my lock of the week again. I haven't decided my lock of the week, but I'm going to pick her. She's an underdog, so she's a candidate for lock of the week. But Juarez, man, is so powerful. She might be one of the most powerful 115 fighters literally on the roster. The way that she throws that 1-2 and the 2 straight down the pipe, the way she connects on the very end of those punches. You saw that versus with Vanessa Demopoulos. And Liang Na, she will strike a little bit. She's not an awful striker, but she will strike a little bit. And it only takes, I mean, Juarez is one of those people, it only takes one shot, as we saw with Demopoulos. So I'm going to pick Liang Na. I think it's very, very dangerous because I don't know, maybe she hasn't fixed her cardio. Maybe that was just an adrenaline dump. UFC
it was her
debut.
First fight in the
UFC debut, first round. She drops her. She's trying to chase the finish. She nearly got the finish. You know, it still worries me a little bit. The cardio might not be there, but this should be an obviously ain't now play, honestly. But the power's there with Juarez. It's been, back-to-back armbar losses. I know a lot of people were saying that. I'm saying a lot of people are on Liang Na. I'm on Liang Na. I'd be a little bit careful.
Yeah, I mean, this one scares me. This one does scare me. I've got a lot of underdogs here on this card. This one is one of the ones that scare me. So listen, you don't need to bet every fight. You don't need to be a full-blown degenerate. You just don't. So just watch. And I
put a unit on it on Liang Na. I don't know if I said that or not. I put one unit.
Did you really?
It should be, but yeah.
Oh man, I'm more confident Ramona Pascal than Liang Na.
Nah.
Okay. Nah. Well, how clever, Jacob. What a joke.
Well, personal tax.
Anyway,
I wouldn't go in there, but referee.
DraftKings, $7,600. Again, depending on what my lineup looks like, because I'm not no spoilers for the rest of the picks, but a lot of underdogs in this card. So depending on what my lineup looks like, I may not need a ton of underdogs, but $7,600. If she wins, there's going to be a lot of takedowns, a lot of control time, and she's going to rack up some very real points. So $7,600 is probably worth you putting a unit on her in real life, but you're not going to throw in your DraftKings lineup for $7,600.
It's like a she might find it, but when you say a lot of takedowns, it probably is just going to be one takedown. If she can get the takedown, she could probably get the finish. So you're just kind of chasing
then she's
the finish.
Definitely worth the money.
Right. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying when you say a lot of takedowns, I don't think it's going to be a lot of takedowns. I think, but she could get knocked out. So it's a little bit of a flyer, but I'm not disagreeing with you. So relax.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's probably worth it in DraftKings, but it's a weird week. There's only 12 fights and there's a lot of live underdogs. Monkey Knife Fight, 46 strikes to 59 strikes. If you don't know what that is, it's daily fantasy. You just pick the number of strikes, and if you're right, you can triple your money. Man, that's an interesting one because 60 strikes from Silvana, that's a lot of hitting, and she hits like a truck. Liang Na can get to 46. She gets the takedown. She's hanging out on top. I mean, it's tricky. What do you think of that Monkey Knife Fight strike line?
This feels like it's going to be over quick, bang, bang, either a big punch or an immediate takedown and submission, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. Neither one of these women have gone to the distance in their UFC careers, but it's probably a less play for Monkey Knife Fight. Check that out at weonpicks.com/MKF. And if you want $50 free, go to weonpicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners. Make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. weonpicks.com/bets.